What is up, guys, and welcome back to another episode of the How to Survival series, where we are back after a bit of a prolonged break from video making and this world in general. Actually, I've taken a bit of a break and started playing on a server with some of my friends, but I am back here again to be making some videos. And last time we were in this world, we took a look at new 1.17 features, but before that we were working on this area here, and this is where the slime farm used to be. Over in these 4 center chunks, the slime farm used to be here, but then I decided to make a perimeter and explode the whole lot. So right now I'm working on the walls here, and then I will get to work on the actual slime farm again. And in fact, I'm gonna have more than one slime farm. There's a number of slime chunks. I think there's over 20 or so there's gonna be quite a lot. And yeah, but that's in a future episode. We might work on the 4th wall later on this episode. But for the chunk of this episode, I wanna work on something else new in the 1.17 update. So if you saw the previous episode of this series, you would have been introduced to the axolotl over here. And this is a new 1.17 aquatic mob that basically just looks good and swims around. It also will kill other aquatic mobs such as drowns and squids. Like, I believe this one here is trying to go for this squid if we let it loose. Oh, maybe it won't go for it. Alright, never mind. I didn't need it to go for it anyway, but I wanted to show you the breeding capabilities. So if you have 2 axolotls in close proximity and you give them each a tropical fish bucket, where's the other one gone? Here it is. So if we give them both a tropical fish bucket, they will breed like any other mob and eventually give us a baby variant. And with axolotls, you will have a 50% chance, or not exactly, but about a 50% chance to get one of the adult colors, which leaves about a 1 in 1,200 chance in getting a blue axolotl. And that is a very rare variant, obviously, from the 1 in 1,200, but I want to try get it this episode. So in order to try get it, I'm going to have to get my hands on a lot of tropical fish buckets. And in order to do that, like many other things you want to get a lot of, you build a farm. And since Nembon has a farm, well, let's just build his. If you want to try breed the axolotls but don't want to build a fish farm, you can get your hands on the bucket of axolotls from lukewarm or warm oceans, as well as both their deep variants. And to get your hands on the axolotls in the first place, you find them in dark underwater caves or just any area that is a light level of 0 underwater, similarly to where you find glow squids over here. And there are 4 different variants you can find naturally of axolotls, those being the pink, the brown, the cyan, and the yellow. And as said before, the blue you can only get through breeding. But anyway, enough of that, let's build this farm. Okay, so after a bit of work, I have the fish farm put in place, and I was meaning to do a time lapse of this, but you know, that will kind of go down the drain when you forget to press record. Yeah, you know, it happens to the best of us. Definitely not just something I do all the time. Yeah, whatever. Anyway, I'll try to remember to press record next time. But anyway, got the fish farm done. Did a bit of AFKing. It's a pretty fast farm, so I only need to AFK for about 10-20 minutes to get this much fish. So all these are pretty much full, except for these ones down here. And then this one, or this one rather, is not completely full. But there's a lot of fish to get us started. So I just want to go back to the base, set up some axolotl breeding pens, and use all this fish up before I come to AFK here again. But I'm going to show you how I like to set up my axolotl breeding. Because in my opinion, it's a pretty efficient method. There's probably other ways out there that you can make it more efficient, but it's a pretty organized and efficient method, and it works for me. So let's take a look at that. Okay, so after a bit of work, I've set up the axolotl breeding place. And this is just by my base, inside of the tower in the city, where my mob farm is. So if I wanted, I could run the mob farm at the same time. But since I'm not up in my AFK spot, I won't be getting good rates, so I'm just not going to do that anyway. So, how to set it up, first of all, it's really simple. You don't even have to do it to this scale as well. You can make it much smaller if you want. But what I do is a 6x6 area. So 8x8 including the walls, but a 6x6 interior here with water. These are the holding pens for the axolotls once they are bred up. So one of them will be for the pink, one of them will be for the cyan, yellow, brown, and then once we get them, the blue. But this isn't where the breeding takes place. This is just where I'm going to hold them in case I want them for a later date. This is where the breeding takes place. So there's little 2x2 areas, 3 high. And then the slabs on top, also for there as well. The slabs on top are so the axolotls don't jump out. Because if you don't have them, they can swim out between the things. So yeah, this just stops that. But basically what these areas are for, there's going to be 2 axolotls in each. And they will be of the same color. So 2 pink in here, let's say. And then 2 pink there, there. Cyan this row. Then say yellow this one, brown this one. I haven't built the blue one yet, but I will eventually do that. And I normally just do 4 of them here. You can do 5 as well. So it's like a 5x5 once you have all the axolotls down. But I just thought I'd do a 4x4. And I didn't mean to do that. So yeah, I just like doing it a 4x4 because when you're actually grabbing the axolotls or the tropical fish to breed them, you just have to grab 8 and then it's really simple. And you can just grab like a row like that, then another one. And it's just simple to count, kind of like that. But 10 is also pretty simple to count. But yeah, I just like doing it like this. And that is my preference. You can do whatever you want. Anyway, now I got to start loading up the axolotls. So we put a cyan one in there. I don't know what color this one is. Let's see. That is also cyan. So let's put that with this other guy. We got another unnamed one. That is yellow. I like having it in a particular order. So cyan, pink, yellow, brown. So there's yellow here. There's another yellow there. There's pink here. Brown here. What's this one? Let's see. It's another cyan. So we'll just put that in the second row here. And then another cyan. So then once all these baby ones are grown up, we will be able to have a full row of them. Well, once we breed them also. And then all the excess ones are going to go there. And of course, once we get the blue, that's when it's mission accomplished. But that's going to take a while and a lot of breeding. So I'm going to get right on that and maybe you guys can enjoy a little bit of a time lapse of that. Alright guys, so I've been at this for, well, God knows for how long now. It's been over the course of multiple days, closing into a week now. And I bred a bunch of them and then killed them just to reduce the lag because it was causing a bit too much lags, too many entities. Actually, now I'll be able to see how many I've exactly bred and killed. 580. And since it's a 1 in 1,200 chance, I am not even halfway there. Just a bit under. So if statistics prove right, I got at least double to go. and probably a bit more. But yeah, I'll continue with that a bit later on. I want to get on to doing something else because I've just run out of, I don't know, maybe my 4th or 5th patch of tropical fish. But I just want to get onto something else because this has been quite the grind, and I just would like to give myself a bit of a break. So as I mentioned earlier on in the episode, I said that I might go and work on the wall back at the slime farm. And well, that's what I plan to do now. So if we head over there, we can give it a bit of a crack. Alright, here we are back over at the slime farm. And as I mentioned earlier on in this episode, this wall is not done, and it's gonna have to be done the same as these ones. And I might even have to be doing a bit of terraforming, because by the looks of it, I think this is like around 90. Yeah, and by the looks of it, that goes a bit higher. So we might need to strip down the mountain a little bit. But that should be fine. Yeah, this goes up to about 100, 102. So we will have to strip it down by about 10 blocks, a bit more in certain places. But that shouldn't be too much of a huge task with a beacon. It should get done within minutes. So yeah, I think I'm just going to start working on the wall. And since the beginning of this episode, the replay mod has been updated. So now I will be able to do a time lapse of this. So let's hit that time lapse.
They said, don't fall, don't forget all the things you've been taught, you've been told. Don't blink, don't run, don't turn left or turn right or look straight at the sun. My mind's going in circles, I'm trying to fight it. Getting these voices inside to stay quiet. Going to the place where all this began. Just start again. Oh, you won't see the light until the dawn breaks. No, till it's all said and done, you won't know what it takes. Gotta make a wrong turn and turn around. Gotta fall fast to pick yourself up off the ground. Until you get lost, you'll never be found, and you can't start again until you break down.
So now with this wall finished, all 4 sides of this perimeter have been built. And the only thing left to do is extend this floor, but I do not have nearly enough slime blocks for that. So we're going to have to build the new slime farms before we get to work on that. So I think I'm going to start off in the center, but that is going to be an issue for another episode, because today I do want to try and get that blue axolotl, but I just wanted to take a little break from that. So now that we got all this done, I think it's time to return to that. Okay, so now that I'm back here, I'm first of all going to have to fill up all these with tropical fish again, with a quick visit to the tropical fish farm. But this time, I'm not going to be doing a time lapse because, for one, it just took up way too much storage space, and 2, there's been a few time lapses, so I don't think you guys would want to see another. So let's just take note of how many axolotls I've killed here, and let's see how many more it takes. And I'll also try to do a bit of an estimate for the amount of time in hours, or hopefully even minutes. So yeah, let's just get right to work. Guys, I don't know if you just saw that, but I just got the blue axolotl. After many hours of grinding, I have finally gotten it. Now all I gotta do is put it in a bucket and put it away for safekeeping. And then I gotta wait until it grows up so we can get some more. But that has taken absolutely ages. Not including all these fish, or axolotls rather, sitting in these tanks here. I have killed a lot. 2,222, which is quite a nice number to actually have it there. But I will end up... Actually, no, I'll keep all these here because I might need them for something one day. So I'll keep these here. I'll leave the number at 2222. And yeah, I'll leave this setup all here. But that was actually quite good timing because I was running down to the last little bit of my fish. Anyway, I'm just so glad I got this. I will let this thing grow up and then get a few more. And I will put at least 2 into this shulker box where I have been keeping my spare axolotls along with some heads because I've just been killing them, and now I have a lot of heads, not including these. Also, you may have noticed that I moved to a mushroom island. That is because, to be honest, I just wanted a bit of a change of scenery, but I was also beginning to think that because I had old 1.16 chunks that something might have been a bit off. Like, it doesn't make sense because of the way the game code should work, but I mean, it was possible, so I just decided to move into new chunks. So yeah, I have gotten it now. Now I just need to get a few more, then we can end the video. Okay, so now after a little bit more time, I have now got 2 blue axolotls, and if you're wondering if I went through the whole process again for the other one, I did not. And once you get one, it is a 50-50% chance to get it when breeding it with another one. So I got lucky and got on my first time, but it shouldn't have taken too long regardless. Anyway, now I got 2, and I also have 2 extra ones in this shulker here, blue and blue. I might breed up a few more just so I can get some heads, so I can have a full stack of each of them. Maybe not a full stack, but I'll at least get a few. But anyway, that is where I'm going to leave it for this episode. It has been quite a tiring one for me, but I hope you did enjoy it nonetheless. So if you did, please consider leaving a like and subscribing. But until next time, later guys.